through all the Steam games yet and realize just how much you want to play, but you don't have any time to play it?
Time and money is the problem right now,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So many good games out. I want to buy all of them.
Too little time.
So little time. Such such a depressing bank account.
That's how it always be. I feel like was it? I was like so I was like talking to you. I was like, oh yeah, buy like ReFantazio and like Grit or Neva just came out, and I'm just like, fuck. It's just
I mean, we were talking about well, Steam Next Fest is going on right now, right?
yeah.
And I'm just looking at all of these, and it's just like, God damn it, all of these look good. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Neva just came out. We got that new Dead Cells game coming out. Already forgot what it's called. Windfall, I think.
Wind blown.
Wind Blown.
Yeah, I said Windborne to start, so
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was like, I remember that. I was just because I was like, they put out their last updates for Dead Cells, and then they were gonna go, all right, we're gonna go in full in on Windborne now. And I'm just like, all right, Dead Cells was super good, so I will definitely check out the next game. It's like I see there's a Rift of the Necromancer or Dancer, not Mancer Dancer.
Rift of the Necro Dancer,
Yep.
yeah.
And I saw that was on there, and I'm just like, ooh.
Have you ever played any of the Necro Dancer games
I
before?
played Crypt of the Necrodancer. That was fun.
Nice. Did you ever play the Legend of Zelda one that they put out?
I did not, because I was like, all it is Legend of Zelda stuff, and I'm not as nostalgic for Zelda stuff as a lot of people are.
Oh.
So it's like I was like, don't get me wrong, I like a nice Zelda game, but like, I'm just like, I'm good.
You don't live and breathe Nintendo like a lot of people do?
Yeah, I'm good. I was like, I was like, I think I've said this once before, but I was like, the only actual Zelda game that I've played from front to back or whatever was Twilight Princess.
Mm.
It's like, I guess in Majora's Mask. I always forget about that one. But it's like, yeah, those are the only two games I've ever played front to back, and I was like, I mean, they're fine.
Damn.
That's what I always say.
That's kind of crazy.
I was like, this is just not my favorite type of gameplay or whatever. I don't know.
I did not know that they were making a sequel to Spirit of the North. That is news to me.
I don't even know what that game is. What did you say it was?
Spirit of the North.
Spirit of the North.
It's a game that I know Ghost was really into. It's about fox.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You've heard of it at least.
I have, yeah. I was
Even
like,
if you've never
I
played
saw
it.
the cover of it, and I was just like, oh yeah, that one. There's just too many games. Why there gotta be so many games?
There's
Right?
just a surplus of developers now.
It really is.
Is a problem because there's no AAA studio wants to pay people, so they all have to go indie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't say obviously for a majority of them, but the massive amount of indie games that are coming out that are all look super good. I'm just like, why? Why do they all have to look so good? And then there's freaking Supergiant over here just going like, oh, a Steam Next Fest. Oh, also while you're at it, here's our next major update for Hades 2. Have fun with that. And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
We know you're kind of low on time and money right now, so we decided to make it even worse.
Yeah, it's like you could have gave us like 3 more days maybe, and then you go like, oh, hey, here you go.
Nah, we want all of the attention.
We want all this attention on this absolutely phenomenal game that will be amazing when it's done. I mean, it's already amazing, and it's not even done. Oh shit! I mean, it's playing just like how Hades 1 did, where it's like it had a really good starting point, and then just they slowly updated it, and then it's like, all right, it's finally released, and then it finally got popular, and then it finally got the recognition it deserved, and is regarded as one of the best indie games. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Just how do they do it?
I don't know, man. It makes me really happy though that a lot of what seem to be like the more anticipated games coming out are all like indie stuff.
It's true. It's like I think about like what my like games I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year, it's like my only AAA game, I guess, would be the Dragon Quest III remake.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
That comes out next month.
Damn.
Yeah. Looks really good. It's like, other than that, I was like, I don't know. I guess Expedition 33, but I don't think there's a release date for that.
No. A lot of the AAA games coming out this year that I was looking forward to have already come out. I think the last one was like Space Marine and Astrobot, and like those are out now. You can go out and buy them.
Mm-hmm. Like the one before that, for me, was like Metaphor ReFantagio, the Atlas game.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that one looks fun. I don't know when I'm ever gonna get around playing that, but
Well, that's the case with a lot of the games that we've been talking about on here. It's like
Yeah.
we're looking forward to all of them. It's just we don't really have the time to play basically any of them.
yeah, the classic adult life where it's just like, oh, all these games and finally the money to do it, yet none of the time.
The struggle that is being an adult looking for free time.
Indeed, and then it's even coupled worse for us because it's just like, oh, our days off. It's like, let's go disc golfing. Okay.
It'll be easier once winter hits and we can't play disc golf for like the next 5 months.
And unless you're Billy, who's gonna try and do it?
He's gonna try. I'm not sure if he's gonna succeed.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to keep his streak like he wants to.
Yeah.
I sit there going like, maybe at the beginning of winter it won't be too bad, but once you hit the dog days of like January or something like that,
when there's like 3-4 feet of snow on the
yeah,
ground.
especially because like
they're
predicting this winter to be like really rough or whatever, at least cold, really cold.
Yeah.
So I'm
because
just like, ugh.
I think it's in part because like last winter was so mellow.
Yeah.
Like this one is just going to be so much worse then.
Well, it's
But,
also
yeah,
been cooler than a lot of the times.
Yeah.
It's like
But
how
you just know they don't like plow those like disc golf courses at all.
I mean, isn't there only like one course that's around here that's like open during the winter, and who knows how well they upkeep it?
I don't even know what that one would be. Is that like Token?
Well, I think Billy said high stand was year round.
High Stand is year round?
I thought that's what he said, but I don't know.
All right. Does that mean that they plow the actual course though?
That is a great question that I don't know.
Is it just like, yeah, you can technically go out there?
Yeah, but it's just like,
Good luck
oh,
to you.
but yeah, when all the snow hits the ground, it's like, are you really gonna wanna? Do you really want to do that?
Well, obviously fucking not, but
I give it till like maybe the end of December, depending on how much snow we've had. Then he probably just says screw it.
yeah. Let's go bowling instead.
Yeah, bowling sounds more fun.
It does sound more fun.
When it's cold outside, you sitting there going just like, all right, we're just gonna take some balls to some pins.
It's going to be rough, though, because I need to be able to financially keep up with getting drunk every week.
Bowling isn't that expensive. I don't know what I was like. I'm pretty sure like Schwogler's is only like.
No, getting drunk is expensive.
Well, yeah, I mean when has it ever not been expensive?
I know. But you need to understand, I can't go to a bowling alley and not get drunk. I'd feel like I'd be breaking a tradition at that point.
Instead, just get some like onion rings or fries or whatever, and just munch on that.
Well, yeah. You munch on those after or while you're getting drunk.
Okay.
What, do you not drink when you go to bowling alleys?
No.
Why?
You know me. I don't fucking drink.
But you go bowling.
Yeah, because I like bowling. What, you mean you don't do bowling just to do bowling?
I do, but I get drunk. I feel like you have to get drunk. It's like one of the rules of the game. You can't be sober while doing that.
All right, fair enough, I guess. I don't know.
One of the things that you learn from living in Wisconsin and watching The Big Lebowski, you don't play bowling while sober.
The Big Lebowski. That's good. Oh, man.
So what are you playing right now?
What am I playing right now?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get through episode Aegis for Persona 3.
How's that been going?
It's been good. I think I only have, I don't know, maybe 5 hours of the game, 5 hours of that left. Maybe. Depends on how fast they go through the last couple areas here, I think.
Nice. So what's next up on your little list of yours then?
I don't know, man. Who knows anymore? Probably be playing some Hades 2 with the new update.
Fair
Honestly,
enough.
like relearning that game again, because that's how it always goes. It's like, the last time I played Hades 2, I was just like, all right, I feel like I've done pretty much everything that the game has right now. It's like I've started recycling like lines from characters or whatever, so it's just like their character progression is done up to this point. And it's like, oh, I've basically done like all the bosses. I feel like I was pretty confident and I could beat any of the bosses and stuff. So I was just like, well, I guess I'll wait till the next major update, and it's here. So I'm just like,
Nice.
well, guess I gotta go do that now. I know. Just trying a few demos. We talked about a few of them, and then
We did.
yeah, and then I don't know. It's probably just play Rebirth time for Final Fantasy VII.
Have you not gone through Rebirth yet?
No.
What the fuck? I feel like that'd be the first thing that you'd do.
Do you know when a game is just, it feels so big and you just like, you get overwhelmed by everything basically?
Yeah, but you didn't even start it yet.
I mean, I played like the first like tutorial area or whatever where it was like, oh, here's the new mechanics
my
of the
gosh.
game, and then I was just like, okay, now here's the game, and I'm like, I will do this some other time, and then I think,
that other time just never came.
yeah, it
then?
just never came. So I was just like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like playing it. It's one of those things where it's like, when you pick up a game, you want to play it and not feel like it's a chore as you're playing it, and that's kind of what it felt like at the start. I mean, that was the same thing when I was when I'm playing the original remake of 7 or whatever. I didn't play it for a year after it was out.
Just because like it
Oh,
felt like a chore while playing it, or
no, it was more of just like I didn't have the motivation at the time to play it, and also I was like I didn't have a PlayStation to play it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like I didn't have I didn't have a PS4 at the time, so I was just like, and then I bought a PS4 to play Persona 5, and then after I was done playing 5, I played I played the remake.
All right.
So we'll get there. Don't you worry about it. We'll get there.
I'm not worried. I'm just surprised because I know how excited you were for that game.
I don't know. It's also one of those things where it's just like I was like, I don't know where they're gonna take this story, and I was like, the last thing I want to do is get my hopes up. I was like, oh my god, they brought Zack back from the dead or whatever, and it's like, and now you're just gonna kill him again. I don't want that. Nah, don't play with my heart. Don't need to be playing with my heart here. That's all I was really getting at. It was just like, oh.
But consider this: it would be really funny
No, it really wouldn't.
for me.
I don't think I would trust Square for like if basically the opening scene was that like Zack dies and I'm like, well, I'm just stopped playing this game anymore.
We brought him back just to kill him again.
Exactly. It's not like it'll play a major role or anything like that, and they'll probably meet up with Cloud and the gang. I don't think they do it in this game. It'll probably be in the third game.
No.
I'll say this though. So far, haven't really seen any spoilers for the game, so I can't wait to tell myself I just got jinxed for it, but it's okay.
That's actually kind of incredible that you haven't seen any spoilers
I mean,
for that game yet.
Again, it was the same thing with the original remake. As like, I just didn't see any spoilers for it or whatever. So when the moment when you saw Zach and it was just like, oh my god, he gets to walk away and live, and I was just like, how the hell did I not never see that? that spoiler. That's crazy. I kind of had a feeling though it was something like that. I was like, cause I think my brother and I think Evan told me at one point that I was like, that I was probably gonna like the end of the game because it was just like, I was like, well, if that's the case, then it's probably something to do with Zach. But I'm like, okay. I was like, but I don't know. We'll see.
Awesome.
What you been playing?
What have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, trying to get through their the latest battle pass. Like some of the stuff that they have on there is fucking fire, and it actually feels really good to be playing that game again. Because
Nice.
it's like I got off for quite a while. Actually, I didn't play for a couple weeks, if like not like over a month there. I think I just kind of got tired of it after like the 2v8 stuff, and I don't know. I felt like I needed a break, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to force myself to play this game just for like, shits and giggles. I can take a break, play some other stuff, come back to it with a fresh mindset.
Yep.
And now I have two whole new killers to play with. I suddenly have Vecna and Dracula of all things.
Nice.
And now we just have this laundry list of cool shit that's coming to the game, and it's like awesome. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
I also
That's what I always oftentimes say with like multiplayer games like that. It's like if you're ever just feeling like you're burnt out of a game, just don't play it for a while.
yeah,
Especially like multiplayer games like that.
because it's like you're not having any fun if you're forcing yourself to play it, and you're just not going to have a good time. It's going to feel like a chore, which is in direct contrast of what a game is supposed to feel like.
Exactly. No one
I
wants
also got
to
like
that.
I also got like a bunch of indie games recently that I really want to try. Like mentioned to you that I got Route 96 because I've been just addicted to the soundtrack. I got this game a couple weeks back, I think, called Season: A Letter to the Future that I really want to go through. I've never played through the Pathless, and I finally got a copy of that I really want to play. So a lot of stuff to be playing, but especially since it's Halloween, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. I feel like that's just the game to be playing right now.
Oh yeah, spooky season or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like. So I was like, when Silent Hill 2 came out, and I was like in the midst of October. I'm like, perfect. It was like, can we please make that more of a thing where like horror games need to come out around that time, around this time, because it's like the perfect time to do so.
I feel like that's what a lot of games aim for. Not
Yeah.
all of them.
Whether or
hit
not it
that, obviously.
happens, you know,
Yeah. Mhm.
doesn't always happen, but it is what it is.
I mean, even if you just look at the games coming out on Next Fest, there are quite a few new horror games that are coming out.
I noticed that.
Yeah. 'Tis the season to be scary.
Exactly.
I watched the new Terrifier movie last night.
Terrifier? I don't know what that is.
Have you never heard of the Terrifier movies?
Nope.
It's a series of movies about this, like... I think... No, he's definitely, like, a demon or a magic, like, clown that just goes around with a bag and, like, kills a bunch of people. The stories are nonsense, but the movies are pretty fun.
Oh, that, yeah, okay. I know
Yeah.
which one you're talking about now.
I feel like you've probably, like, seen a photo of it.
Yeah,
or
I've definitely
something.
seen photos of this, but I've never
Mhm.
never watched any of them.
You really don't need to, unless you're, like, really into, like, slasher movies. You're not gonna really enjoy this movie, like, at all.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like I will not then.
It because and this applies especially to the new movie. I don't care what anybody tells me. The story of all these movies are nonsense. They make no sense and are crazy and stupid. It's like, yeah, there's this Art the Clown guy, and there's just this lady that has like a magic sword or whatever, and she has the power of comic books, and she's gonna use her magic sword to kill the clown, and they fight in her dream or whatever. It's the story is fucking stupid. It is complete nonsense. So unless you're like entertained by like the silly antics of the clown and like the really overly excessive gore, then you're just not going to enjoy these movies at all. And I enjoy both, so I'm very lucky in that respect. Have you been watching anything spooky for the spooky season?
Not particularly. It's like I was meaning to watch.
All right, then.
Yeah, I was meaning to watch like a couple other ones or whatever, but I was just like, eh.
Nothing in particular gaining your interest?
I don't know. Like there was a while there for a lot of years that I would watch like The Exorcist around this time, just because it was like that was the only movie I could watch like over and over, like horror movie that I could watch, not over and over, but like still be really interested into it, despite seeing it for how many times I have at this point.
Yeah. Mm.
So,
like, what kind of let's play a game. Like, I want to try and recommend a movie to you. I know I already recommended like Mungo, but like, what kind of horror movie are you looking for?
honestly, I don't really know. It's like
Just try and give me some idea. He was
I don't
looking
know,
for something
nothing
more
just like jump scary. Basically, it's like
Mm.
something that's like I guess like thought provoking in a way, like like mysteries. Mysteries always get me.
Okay.
It's like I don't know. I guess like a slowish burn or something like that. I guess.
A movie that has like that kind of build up kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of what I liked about The Exorcist. Is like it's kind of like it slow builds up into just like the big ending.
So, a movie is like Get Out, something that you're interested in, or
Not particularly. No,
no? Okay.
I watched that one like a few times or whatever. Or one, I think I did it like one time, and I was like, not for me.
Man, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I don't. I know movies like that, but I'm just not really sure. Wait a minute. No, I think I know something. I'm guessing you've already seen things like The Witch, Hereditary, It Follows, all that stuff.
I haven't watched Hereditary. That one didn't
Okay.
really interest me as much.
What about the Shining?
Shining, I've watched once.
Mm.
It's good.
You've seen the Blair Witch Project, right?
Funny enough, I actually have not watched that movie.
Okay, now you know what you're watching for Halloween.
Yeah, it's probably what it should be.
Dude, if you're looking for like a really good slow burn horror, the one that really just like gets more and more unsettling the more that you watch it. Like Blair Witch Project is like the poster child for that type of horror. It is one of the best scary movies that I have ever seen. In my opinion, is probably the best one out there.
Okay.
It's like one of the very first found footage movies that they ever put out.
Yeah,
It was
I knew
just-
that. I knew that. That's why I was just like,
To this day, it's still the best one.
yeah. Those are always ones I kind of like too. Is Paranormal Activity anything worth watching?
The first one is.
First one. Okay.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna try and go through the whole series, it's like, good luck to you. Most of those movies are trash, but
It's fair
first
enough.
one's good. First one is, like, actually scary. Then they try to do portals and zombies and all this other weird bullshit.
Sounds like they kind of went just off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, with a lot of these long-running horror series, that's usually how they end up. I mean, like even think like Friday the 13th. They eventually ended with Jason X, where it's like Jason comes back as a robot zombie in outer space and is killing people with a machete in outer space.
Well, I always feel like when it comes to like those long running ones like that, that they
Hmm.
just go like they were just like, all right, we just need to milk this for whatever we can, basically. So let's just
Hmm.
do some stupid bullshit, basically, and then people will still fucking watch it because it's Friday the 13th, and I go, yeah, not so much.
Dude, I will. I love all of those movies. They all play out the exact same, and they are all super shitty. But my god, do I love watching those
See,
movies?
that's the thing about like being like a horror movie fanatic or whatever, or like someone
Hmm.
that really likes watching horror, is just that
Yeah,
you're gonna weed through about 500 pounds of shit before you find the one good one.
yeah, but it's like if you're a guy like me, you crave the shit though.
Yeah,
You know.
that is true. That is just part of it, part of the experience. Then at that point,
But let me tell you, once you get those like actually good horror movies, you find those diamonds in the rough. It is so worth it. People always like my parents call me weird for this, but I actually really love being scared. It's one of my favorite things because it's just such an intense emotion that you get to feel. You know.
yeah, it's not everyone feels the same way, but
I get
I get
that,
I get
but
what you mean though.
hmm
It's always with like horror movies. It's like it's fine-ish. Some I think can kind of get under my skin more than others, but like
hmm
games, I mean, it depends on what game it is basically. But it's just like sometimes it's just like I'm just like I can't do this. Like some of the more like what was there was like a wasn't there like a game that came out like somewhat recently or whatever, or like what was it? I know some there was like I think there was like there was like an Exorcist game that came out not that long ago, or maybe it was a couple years ago or something like that. I honestly don't remember. It was like a VR game where it's supposed to be like a bunch of just like shorter story things or whatever. Apparently, it's just terrifying to do in VR. It's only like maybe half hour things or whatever, but like people say it's like, oh yeah, it took me like 2 hours to get through one just because I was so fucking frightened.
Oh shit! I'm not sure I've heard of that.
Yeah,
You're not talking about the mortuary assistant, are you?
no, that one's a good. That was a good game one though.
Yeah.
No, there's like some like Exorcist VR game or something like that. Yeah, apparently it's just like very unsettling as you know, when you're doing it in VR. It looks like there's like 5 chapters or something. Apparently they're like all pretty short, but like all very good.
I mean, yeah, it for an experience like that, you don't need to be there for a long time. As
No.
long as the like atmosphere like hits, that's all that really matters.
Yeah. When did it say this came out?
I really don't like how they
2017.
bundle it with.
Okay.
I really don't like how they bundle it with a Tarzan game.
What?
Like, why? Yeah, like
Oh yeah, look at that.
And Tarzan Trilogy Edition plus the Tarzan original soundtrack.
What the shit?
It's why. Why would you ever do that?
I mean, I guess it's because they're the same developers, but like, what? Why?
I really want to play The Exorcist, but at the same time, I'm super into Tarzan.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you have no idea.
God. And then look at this, like this Tarzan thing, and it came out 3 years later after the Exorcist game, and the Exorcist game looks so much better.
Dude, what is with, like, I swear there have been, like, 4 to 5 different, like, Tarzan movies that come out in the last couple years, and none of them have been good. Why do they keep making those?
I don't know, because it's the idea that oh, it's Tarzan. Everyone knows what Tarzan is.
Confession, I didn't even think the Disney one was that good.
I didn't even watch it.
Another good one for you is, have you ever watched the original Suspiria?
Suspiria. I don't even know what that is. How do you spell that?
Suspiria.
Well, it definitely looks creepy.
Yeah. I watched it once last year. Super, super, like, visually interesting movie.
Look at that. It's available with Amazon Prime right now. Okay.
Oh, another one that I think you'd be super into, if you like those kind of slow burn movies, is The Brood. Another absolute classic. Really, really disturbing ending, but super good.
It's like an old one, like 70s ish.
Oh yeah, really old.
Yeah.
My little brother showed me that one. I haven't seen it for a long time, but I remember really liking it. Something I didn't expect you to bring up before we started the podcast is you showing genuine. I just realized we never did a intro, did we?
Nah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Normally
We
forget
get
about
like
that.
one every other episode, basically. That's basically on track for us.
Why the hell not?
Yeah, right.
So you like actually interested in what they're gonna show at the upcoming Xbox showcase, or
No, I mean maybe.
all right?
I don't know. It's just like it's always interesting when like new games are revealed, or maybe even just updates to games that we know or whatever.
Yeah.
You never know. Never know what you could see.
I'm a little curious as to what they're gonna show off, but I mainly just expect like new trailers for games we've seen already.
Look, if they bring out Silksong or whatever, it'll be the best goddamn thing I think everyone for everyone.
It it is going to be an insane day if they show off Silk Song. I am not expecting them to do that.
No, but it'd be amazing.
Yes, it would.
Did you see much in the way of the Pokemon leaks from Game Freak?
All I really saw was the new design for Typhlosion came out, and everyone was complaining about it because it's like I don't know. Some people didn't like the design. Other people were complaining because they think Coomers are gonna want to have sex with it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's whatever. That's all I've seen of the Pokemon leaks is people complaining about Typhlosion.
That's fair. It's always just funny as like Ariel was like showing like me and Billy a bunch of just like the in progress versions of Pokemon basically, and I was just like, damn, some of them just look like bad, but that's why they were never brought there. That's why they were never brought into the game.
Well, let's hear it. What did you think of them? What did they look like?
There was like a
you have the
Wooper that
pictures
looks
on
like
you?
no, I don't have the pictures on me. I
Okay.
just remember there was like a Wooper that looked like an Axolotl basically.
Mm.
But
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, wasn't that what they were based off of originally?
Yeah, but like, I'm glad they went with the design they did, basically,
Mm.
because it looks way better. It just looks like a turd with whiskers, mainly because it was
Oh.
also brown. I don't know. Well, you're not going crazy over the ZA leaks or whatever, which I don't even know what the hell that they leaked with that.
The what leaks?
The Pokemon Legends ZA or whatever it's called.
The fuck is that? Is that like a new?
It's like Pokemon Legends. It's the new like Legends.
Oh yeah.
Game.
Yeah, it's kind of like Arceus but different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never play. I was interested in the last one, but I've never played it. Is No, what got leaked about it?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think it was just like the starters and like whatever. Shows you how much I care.
All right then.
I'm literally looking through like other things, and I was like, I literally see nothing that like of any like reports on what they were. I assume it's because they like no one ever wanted to report on the leaks because like other than there were leaks because they didn't want to get on Nintendo's shit list.
I mean, they would immediately get taken down by Nintendo if they made a video.
That's why I
on
said
it
they
or
don't want to be
whatever.
on Nintendo's shit list.
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this outlet reported on the leaks or whatever, so they're dead to us now. And they're like, no, wait, no. bunch of like live action things that they want to do.
For Pokemon.
I guess.
I mean, that makes sense since like Detective Pikachu did as well as it did. I'm surprised they haven't announced anything new on that front yet. I don't know. It's hard to talk about because I don't think either of us are really big into Pokemon.
No, I was just like, oh, there was a big leak from Game Freak or whatever, and it's a bunch of Pokemon stuff. I don't care. I just like how it's like, oh, how do they get leaked? Something fell for a phishing scandal, and I was like, oh boy, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was curious. Did you see what Disney's new line skipping pass for all their parks or whatever? Since you're if you're a
No,
theme park guy.
I did not hear about that. Should I be concerned about that?
Well, I was like, according to like the price hikes or whatever for their new pass, it allows you to, like skip right to the front. It's anywhere from like I see here. It's like depending on the parks you go to or whatever, you can be spending anywhere from like $250 to $400 per person for this pass.
I'm not exactly surprised.
Yeah. And I go here, it's like, oh, before it was cost $32 per person a day, and I was just
$500 for the Magic Kingdom? Are you kidding me?
yeah,
That is insane. I never watched it, but I saw this video that was called like, "Is Disney pricing out American families?" It definitely feels like that.
yeah, which
It was like because of vacation there, just like even like not including like the flight and hotel stay, it just sounds like crazy expensive.
didn't like the person, like one of the people, like the guy who handles like the pricing or the parks or whatever, say he wanted to make it more accessible to people too.
Well, that's what Disney always says in their, fucking PR statements. It's just they never
Yeah,
deliver on any of it.
yeah, exactly. We're Disney, so we can do whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was curious because I know you were a theme park fan.
I mean, yeah, but been going on at Disney has just been depressing. It's like the Epcot overhaul is a massive, massive disappointment. Anybody that's either in the Disney or theme park community has been doing nothing but complaining about that. They've been raising prices on basically all of their parks while improving almost nothing. The new fast pass system people are constantly complaining about because you need a fucking PhD in Disneyland isms or whatever to just fucking understand how any of it works. It's gonna catch tons and tons of like families going on vacations just completely off guard. And just like the IPification of like Disney parks has just made them less appealing to me and a lot of other people. Like I am personally a little upset that they're getting rid of Tom Sawyer Island in favor of like that new Cars attraction or whatever they're gonna put out. That, let's be honest, also probably isn't gonna be any good. They're getting rid of Dino Land and replacing it with Encanto Land or whatever in Animal Kingdom. It just feels out of place. Like I don't like. Obviously, as a theme park fan, I'll always love and appreciate Disney. The way they're pricing things, I'm probably never going to be able to go there, but they're not in a particularly like pleasant spot right now, is how I would personally describe it.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's like in terms of the fast pass system, it's like every other theme park on the planet just use the normal fast pass and go. Just sell a certain amount at the beginning of each day, and those people can use the fast pass for the day. It's not
Fair
a
enough.
difficult system. to comprehend. I'm sure there's people that are gonna try and take advantage of it, but at least it's easy to understand.
Yeah. That's why I was like, my parents were trying to plan like a family vacation or whatever for next year, and they're like
To, di- to, to
talking to all of us about like where do we want to go or whatever. My mom was just like, oh, we can go to Disney World. I'm like, we ain't got the money for that, and nor do I care to go.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather go
I mean,
somewhere else.
I'm not trying to say like if you go to Disneyland or Disney World, you're gonna have a bad time because
No, I just
chances are
it's
you
just
will
not
have.
it's just not what I want to do.
Yeah, chances are you will have fun. I'm not saying that they're bad parks by any means, but
I mean,
yeah,
the only
with
one is the one in Florida. Is that the one with the Star Wars Land or whatever?
yeah, that's the original Disneyland. It has Hollywood Studios. I hear it's actually pretty dead in the Star Wars area.
Is it?
No, yeah.
Everyone's just kind of beaten up by Star Wars lately.
I think it was just like there was a lot of hype when it first came out, and now it's just a
Everyone's
thing that's
done and
there.
seen it type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, then if I went, then there would be no one there. Hell yeah.
that's yeah. At least that's what it is according to Poseidon Entertainment. I really haven't heard much else about that outside of that channel. But
Fair enough.
yeah. So
I think
the
that'd be
Line
my only
Pass-
reason to go.
But no, the money you're spending, just like take a vacation to like Hawaii or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
go
I think
somewhere really nice.
I was like, I think we want to go like out west, word, not like California or anything like that, but just like westward,
To-
Colorado or
Okay.
something.
That sounds interesting. You guys
Yeah.
want to go skiing or something like that? Like, What
Maybe.
do they do? What do they do in Colorado? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an asshole.
This is just like our family. It's like I don't really know what what my parents want to do or whatever. I know we talked about wanting to go see like Mount Rushmore, so maybe going through like North Dakota to go see it or whatever, and then like we technically have family out in Colorado. I've never met them.
All right, that'll be an experience for sure.
Yeah, I was like, I would rather just go back to Arizona during springtime and go watch a Brewers spring training game. Or what we thought about was around that time, if my parents are really set on Colorado, it's like the Brewers have a series against the Colorado Rockies in Colorado.
That does sound like fun.
So I was like, oh, seeing a baseball game from a stadium that's not American Family Field actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I was like, we
I
talked
mean-
about 1,000 times going to see a Brewers game in St. Louis when they're facing the Cardinals one time.
ooh.
Yeah,
I mean, just outside of the Brewers, I've always wanted to go see St. Louis. That just sounds like a fun time.
yeah. So I was like, I'm surprised that was not the first idea, but
I mean, I had such a good time when we went to go see the Brewers, even at American Family Field.
Yeah.
Miller Park. That's a stupid name. But I'm sorry, I'm never going to
it's a good time though.
Yeah. I hope we do get to do that again. Like, hopefully next year or something like that.
I hope so.
Or
See if we
yeah.
can coordinate it again. Always have some Monday games if Monday works best for people still. I don't know if maybe Billy would go and then maybe Ariel would stay back or something, especially with the kid. But
Yeah.
that's why
Well,
it's like we'll see if they even come along next time or whatever.
yeah, we'll see how
I want them to.
things work out. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously I want them to, but
Mhm.
got a small child is gonna change things.
Yeah. I think we've discussed this before. It's all things that we're going to work out.
Yeah,
Over
we'll
time.
figure it out as time goes. It's how it'd be.
Yeah. I mean, my ideal vacation next year is going to be the exact same one that I took this year. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Just
Know what
going to
you
go
like.
back to Ohio again. Well, yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I was like me and my dad. I know would always go back to go like to Notre Dame and see like a football game there.
Mm.
It's like we did that for 3-4 years, and then it got too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some really good games though. I remember I was like there was one game we saw that was like they ended up winning on a goal line stand right in front of us. Oh, that was so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. We did something similar when I was a kid. Eventually, we stopped. I think we still had the money for it, but uh, my mother really did not enjoy going to baseball games like at all.
Yeah.
Because that was before they had the time limit for pitching, so a lot of those games would just go on for like ever, basically.
Yeah, I always understood the complaints for how long games take, but it's just like, but when you're there for the games or whatever, it's like
Yeah,
you didn't really care.
it really wasn't an issue for like me or my brother. I actually liked being there when games took a little bit longer, but I think from her perspective, it's like we have another like hour and a half drive home. It's 8 p.m. It's freezing cold, and now we're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that's fair. Ugh. I don't even want to talk playoffs at this point.
Not good.
It's like I was like right now there are 4 teams that are still playing are the Yankees, the Cleveland Guardians, the Dodgers and the Mets. And I said they're going just like
The Mets.
Yep. And I said they're going just like, well, the only team I'm going to be rooting for will be the Guardians. And they're already down 2-0 to the Yankees right now. So I go, well, that's not looking good. And it's like, and if the World Series is just the Yankees versus the Mets or Yankees versus the Dodgers, oh my God, that is such a fucking boring one or whatever. It's like, wow, who would have guessed? Well, they're the 2 best teams from each side. Sure. Whatever you say. I do not care.
You're not a Yankees or a Dodgers fan?
Fuck no. Fuck those teams. It's always funny. It was like, well, you don't like big market? I'm like, no, I'm a Brewers fan. Big markets can suck my dick for all I care. It's like they're the ones that spend the money. They take all the good players from all the smaller teams, and all the smaller teams then have to use prospects that when after their years of arbitration go through, then they get traded to some big market teams or whatever, and then you never see them again, and then you go, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with what's going to happen with the Brewers with Willy Adames this year. It's like Willie was so good for the Brewers, and as much as I'd love for him to stick around, it's like some team's going to offer him like 8 years, $300 million or something like that, and I'm like, well, the Brewers can't afford that.
Probably, but I feel like this is just a Wisconsin problem too, because there's
Wisconsin's not
with the Packers.
Wisconsin's not a big market. That's why.
No.
It's like the same thing. It's like what was it?
Come on, we like getting drunk and going to ball games.
I mean, yeah,
it's like a tradition down here.
I know, but it's just like, legitimately, this was like one of my favorite Brewers teams of all time, and it's just like, oh my God, I was like, and seeing a guy like Willie go, it's just like, oh, it fucking sucks. It's like the team's still gonna be good,
yeah,
but it's just like, man, you lose like your leader and everything like that. It's like if the Brewers can work out some sort of deal where he just loves playing in Milwaukee type thing and wants to try and win a World Series, then sure, all for it. But I don't foresee that happening.
No, I don't either.
So that's why I'm not getting my hopes up. This is why the Brewers traded Corbin Burns over the last season, because they knew they weren't going to be able to afford him. So they were just like, well, let's not do what we did with Josh Hader and trade him mid-season and lose. And then the team just goes, but we're in first place in the division. You're trading away our best pitcher. So all the morale from the team was gone, and missed the playoffs that year. You go, yikes.
I mean, understandably so.
Yeah, that's why they didn't want to repeat that. So that's why they traded him before the regular season started. I was just like, it's, you know. But I was like, I like how the series before, before the series started between the Yankees and the Guardians or whatever, the Guardians have one of the best third basemen, if not the best third baseman in all of baseball. His name is Jose Ramirez, and one of my favorite players. He's so good and everything like that. And it's just like, and they talk about him being underrated, and they like how the Yankees manager, because they were talking about, oh, what do you think of Jose Ramirez or whatever, the underrated superstar or whatever for the Guardians, and he goes, underrated? Do you guys see what this guy did? He almost had a 40-40 season. He's on track for the Hall of Fame at this moment. Underrated? No, it's because you motherfuckers don't cover him. Obviously, he didn't say that, but it's like, no, it's because you don't cover him. It's like, it's like, you guys want to talk about, like, big name players or whatever. It's like, we can talk about Juan Soto and Aaron Judge or whatever all day long, the two Yankee stars or whatever. But I said they're going, just like, you look at the Guardians or whatever. It's like you have Josh Naylor over there at first base having 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, and like a pretty good average, and then you got Jose Ramirez with, what was it? I think it was 39 home runs and 40-some doubles. He almost had a 40-40 season, like really good batting average, over 100 RBIs, led all of baseball in RBIs for a very long time. And they go, yeah, he's not underrated. It's like, it's the same thing whenever it's why I hate seeing like Brewers games on national TV or whatever. It's like, it's just like, oh, they talk about, Christian Yelich or whatever, and then the first thing they bring up about like Willie is like, oh, he's a free agent at the end of the year. It's like, oh, so I don't expect to see him in a Brewers uniform anymore. And I go, fuck you guys. Like, talk about how he's doing so well or anything like that.
At the Brewers, not how he's going to be traded next season.
Well, I mean, he's just gonna walk. It's free agency now, so it's the Brewers don't get anything for him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, okay. That's what really sucks. It's not like we were gonna trade him mid-season, but like, it's just like, well, because we're probably not gonna be able to work out a deal, we're not gonna get anything back for him. So it is what it is. So, but it's like, I don't know. I still think this. I was like, the Brewers team is good. It's like you have, the rising star of Jackson Chourio, who so good. He's gonna be a superstar. It's like, he's the guy's 20. I think he's turning 21 over the offseason, and he's just like, he was already super good, and I'm just like, now he's got a full season under his belt, and he's like, he's only gonna get better. Outfield stacked or whatever. You got awards coming through soon. I doubt he's going to win Rookie of the Year, considering you had Shota Imanaga and Paul Skeens as that, and Skeens is probably going to win it, even though I don't think he should. But he was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just like, and then I was like, I like how my brother showed me today. I was like, oh, Cubs. There was a Cubs article or whatever talking about how Blake Perkins for the Brewers was a Gold Glove finalist over their rookie of Pete Crow Armstrong, and I go, hey, guess what? Some guy robbed 4 home runs over the year, and one guy didn't. Guess who did? And guess who didn't? Not the Cubs guy. I was like, it's like I like playoff baseball, but it's like when it's just all the fucking big name teams or whatever, it's so boring. But then it's just like, MLB ESPN reports, MLB playoffs viewership is up 18%, and I go, cool, yep, they get exactly what they wanted, and every other team, if you're not a fan of that team, you're just going like, fuck off. That's sports in general, though, for you, ain't it? Don't ever become a sports fan. My recommendation to everyone is just don't be a sports fan for especially like the hometown team or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, because it's like when you lose or whatever, it's just like, man, all the life is just sucked out of you. It's what it felt like for the first like couple days after the Brewers lost that fucking terrible game. Mm-hmm. ugh. Just like the next couple of days, I'm just like I just didn't feel like doing anything.
Oh.
Eh.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's like sports are meant to break your heart. That's how I always look at it. When only one team wins every year, it's like sports is designed to break 99% of hearts.
That 1%.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I don't know. Even like
They're fun to watch, but it's just like, man, when you lose, it just fucking sucks.
it does suck. I still manage to have a good time watching the Packers and the Brewers lose because to a certain extent I just kind of expect it now. Which is a little depressing, but
Well, it's not necessarily true. Not necessarily true for them. I mean, the Packers have still been good,
yeah.
despite what I think should be a thing, but whatever.
Mm.
There's winning. That's all that matters, I guess. Not gonna win everything though, but yeah, it's just. That's why it's like that's why I always have to tell myself it's like it's just a game. Don't get too beat up over it. There are a lot of people. You'd be surprised in how many people do not always take it like that though.
No.
Yeah.
No,
like,
believe me, I've seen.
Oh, I know. I was like, I'm not. I was like, I definitely know I'm one of those guys. Sometimes, a lot of times, not so much, but there's sometimes where I'm just like, it's just a game. Don't need to get too overly angry about anything. It's so easy to fall into it, though. It sucks. Anyways. Oh, real fast. Did you see that apparently the One Piece anime is going on hiatus until like April or something like that?
It's going on a 6-month hiatus.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
Now, don't get me wrong. I want the animators to not be crunched to hell. And like, it's like with the level of animation they've done since like the reveal of Gear 5 basically, it's been crazy how good it's been.
Oh, it's going to get even crazier, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, if they're taking 6 months to basically just, like, okay, guys, breathe a little bit. Obviously, we're probably expecting Oda to take a big break here for the One Piece live action season 2 or whatever. Help with that or whatever. Or just, like, they go over all the stuff with that. But it's just, like, so, and also with all the breaks that Oda has been taking, which, please, stay healthy, Oda. It's just like,
I mean, that's the thing. We want him to stay healthy. We the last thing that I want is for him to.
Don't work yourself to an early grave. Please don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Take breaks. Have fun. But it's because of all those breaks is that the anime has caught up to the point where they're like, we don't know if we want to keep going at the pace we're going. But we also don't want to just animate filler. We'd rather spend our time on, actual stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I get that.
Besides, it's not like One Piece is never not going to be popular.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're going to go on the 6-month hiatus. It's going to come back and it's just going to explode all over again.
Oh, yeah, it'll explode. The animation will be absolutely bonkers. It's going to be, it's going to be so good.
Dude, by the time that series is finished, it's going to be like the best looking anime out there.
It's going to be, you can, it's one of those things where it's like, because especially with like the whole idea that they're remaking the first like One Piece, like the early on arcs of One Piece.
I still think that's crazy that they're doing
yeah,
that.
that's crazy to me, but it's just like, I think I'd rather just watch the originals and then just go like, oh, here's where One Piece was back in 99, and then go, yeah, 2020 whatever, basically 9:30 whatever, however long it takes type thing. It's like and here's where it ended, and you go, holy shit, you can just see like the levels of like the levels of animation basically throughout the years, and like how much better things have gotten.
It's gonna be crazy.
It will be great. It'll definitely be an interesting time, especially if when One Piece finishes too. It's like, now what? Story's told, everything's done. No, Oda's gonna retire. Like, there's no way he's doing anything else unless they're like short stories. But
no,
why would he want to even do that?
Once that anime is done, I think he's done with anime forever, basically.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna let other creators do their thing, and I'll just watch. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be busting my ass anymore. I've spent a good chunk of my life on One Piece. Oh man. Hard to believe that a little anime about pirates, would spawn into this.
God damn.
What is that? What is the fight gonna look like with a fucking Saturn?
Dude, I don't even know.
Holy shit! It was like they didn't quite get to Kuma's backstory then, and then it's just like. I was like, that might be like, I legitimately might burst out just absolutely fucking sobbing. That's the thing is when it comes back in April, and then that's the first thing they fucking animate, and I'm gonna be like, oh god, oh yeah, oh god, we're starting with this. Anyone that's caught up in the manga knows what we're talking about.
Yep.
So, oh man.
Spoilers, I guess. By the way.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really get that far into it.
Yeah.
I would say that was pretty spoiler-free talk. There's a few things I said there.
Basically, if anything, just if you're listening to this and somehow haven't watched One Piece, go watch
One Piece. It's like now's the time to start. You got 6 months before they start making more episodes.
Oh yeah.
You can get caught up in 6 months, right? It only took Billy like a year to watch like One Piece from front to back.
You can get caught up in 6 months.
Yeah.
I think.
If you skip the fillers and whatnot.
Try.
You skip the fillers and everything?
Oh, especially if you skip all the filler shit.
Yeah, you don't need to be watching the fillers. Nah. Yeah. So. Well, what you think? Should we call it there?
I think so. I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I didn't really have much of anything to talk about going into this, so.
No, we kind of just shot the shit, which we normally do, and I think it worked out okay.
Yeah, it was good. That was fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank y'all so much for listening to the true ramblings, because we had pretty much nothing to talk about going into this or whatever, but it was good. I thought it was good. You had some good spooky movie recommendations for Peoples and myself.
Yeah. So
go watch them, I guess, because it's the spooky season when this comes out. It'll be the 21st. It'll be my birthday when this comes out onto the platforms.
Nice. You gonna eat cake?
Yeah.
What kind of cake are you gonna eat?
Chocolate.
What kind of chocolate cake?
Fudge. I don't know.
Are you going to get it from Costco?
I don't know. If I can convince my parents to take me there, because I don't have a Costco card.
Do you want me to make you cake?
No, you don't need to make me cake.
Do you want me to feed you cake?
No. Okay, now this is just getting weird. Anyway.
Do you want me to get you a special paper crown while I feed you your cake?
Only if the paper crown is the old Burger King crowns.
One? Absolutely.
It has to be the crown, and it cannot be anything else.
The the birthday Burger King crown.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and tell friends and everything about this and everything else. Be sure to follow any of the links that I have below under there, so on and so forth. And we will see y'all next time. Bye bye. Enjoy the spooky season.